So I guess this is just going to be a week of Dragon Ball Super spoilers, because now we have synopsis for episode 111 through 114. So I gotta give a lot of credit here to Kenzairo on Twitter, who basically photoshops these scans from Yonkao Productions, and I'll link them in the descriptions here, where he translates them and then inserts them into the actual scans, which is really freaking cool. So, Ace of Universe 6, Hit vs. Jiren, the Ultimate Warrior. Who's the Ultimate Warrior that they're referring to? Is it Hit or is it Jiren? Because, you know, Jiren obviously went through that gigantic battle with Goku, and it seems like, is he not tired at all from that? Because now he's just going up against Hit. So it should be a very interesting battle. I go into more detail in that last video for episode 111, but we have a few more details here, which, as we all guessed, Jiren does deflect the Spirit Bomb back at Goku. Now, it doesn't say here what the results of that are, or if Goku goes into his new form at that time, but I was kind of predicting that it wouldn't hurt Goku, although maybe that is what injures Goku, is the Spirit Bomb exploding on him. So we thankfully still have a lot of details left out of this, so that we can all have more anticipation for what's to come. And of course, that last Hit episode with Dispo was really interesting, seeing Hit come up with a strategy against Dispo. It looks like he's trying to get a strategy to fight Jiren in this. And apparently his time skip does absolutely nothing. So definitely looking forward to how Jiren is going to overcome his time skip. Is he just going to power through it or something? I mean, since it's Dragon Ball Super, maybe it wasn't thought out that much. So maybe he's just going to overcome it by sheer force of will. So what do y'all think of that? Did you predict the pushing back of the Spirit Bomb like I did? I'm also thinking, is Hit the one that saves Goku from being eliminated? Because Goku is heavily injured, why wasn't he eliminated by Jiren? Obviously something gets in the way there. So now we get a little bit more of a blurb in the mastering of the subconscious movement, or mastery of self movement, as I called it in the last video, or instinctual movement. I kind of like that name for it a little bit better. What do you think is a good name for that? I like instinctual movement, or subconscious movement, it's fine, whatever. Goku's entire body is obviously hurt from Jiren's attack. Is his attack the Spirit Bomb? Like, I'm wondering what Jiren's actual attack is that injures Goku so badly. I would think that just the Kaioken times 20 would be enough to injure him super bad, because I mean the times 10 was enough to freak his body up all over. So interesting stuff. It looks like Goku hasn't quite awakened that ability, but maybe like something snaps in his mind. He says, oh man, I felt something there. I need to try to bring it out, you know? So that's good that it's not just gonna happen and be an ass pull. So we're gonna have at least a little bit more of a lead up to that actual stuff, and we're gonna have like Goku versus Jiren round 2 or something. So now for the other episodes synopses. Episode 112, Vow of Saiyans, Vegeta's Resolve. So finally we get a Vegeta episode out of how many episodes has it been? Like 15 since the tournament started? But it's actually looking like it's more of a Kaba episode, in which this reveals that Kaba is in fact weaker than Caulifla and Kale. He goes against Mona of Universe 4 and is about to be eliminated, but Vegeta comes to the rescue, you know, Kaba's senpai, and apparently gives him a motivational speech. So looks like a little bit of a breathing room from all the excitement from the Goku and Hit versus Jiren stuff, and a little bit more laid back of an episode, which I think we're gonna need after all that excitement. What do you guys all think of that? Episode 113, Having Fun. Combat Loving Saiyans Battle Once More. So this is another episode of Goku, and you know, obviously he's wounded from the fight with Jiren and can't turn into a Super Saiyan, understandably. Some people attack him. Caulifla comes and rescues him because she's been excited to like fight him this whole time. She wants him to teach her stuff and all that, and he happily agrees to her offer to fight her, and for some reason, somehow, he says he's gonna slowly gain his strength back during the fight. I don't know how that works. Usually, if you're injured, exhausted, have no energy or stamina left, rest is the best solution. So fighting, how is that gonna happen? So I'm not particularly as excited about this episode as the Kaba Vegeta episode, because we haven't got as much Kaba Vegeta stuff as Caulifla and Kale stuff, so I'm actually more excited for episode 112 than 113, but it should be fun nonetheless. And at this instance, I'm wondering if he's just saying that so that he can kind of test out that new feeling that he got while fighting Jiren that was like starting to awaken within him. You know, the instinctual movement or subconscious movement stuff. So if that is the case, then I'm very excited to see more build up for this mastery of self movement stuff. Although I still wish they had a little more foreshadowing a little bit earlier on too. So moving on to episode 114, Dreadful Situation, sudden appearance of the new Super Warrior. New Super Warrior. Very interesting, Mr. Bond. In this synopsis, to me, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like earlier I was saying, how is fighting going to increase his stamina? I don't know. And now it's saying that Goku's attacks are overwhelming Kale while he's fighting? How? Is the Mastery of Self-Movement, like, healing him? I mean, maybe if he transformed into Super Saiyan God, but that only heals, like, wounds. So maybe that could heal his wounds, but it's saying that, you know, his stamina is all gone too. So he's injured and his stamina's gone, and his body should be really screwed up from the 20 times Kaioken as well. So somehow he is starting to overwhelm both of them. Are they fighting together against him? But she transforms into Super Saiyan Berserk, so I'm wondering if his power, or maybe it is just the mastery of self-movement. It doesn't matter where his stamina is. If he just masters his self-movement, then his amount of power or ki or stamina wouldn't matter, because he could just like dodge people's attacks or something like that. Though I would still think that he would need to use his ki amplification for his own movements to be able to dodge stuff, you know. So does this make any sense to you guys? A lot of it just doesn't really add up. Of course, we'll get more details as the episodes come out. And it's pretty intriguing, I must say, even though right now it doesn't make any sense at all how he can gain stamina by fighting. So, what are your thoughts on all this? What episode are you looking forward to the most? I personally am looking forward mostly to the Cabba episode because we haven't seen much of him, so, and not so much the Kale Caulifla stuff because we've had quite a bit of them so far, comparatively. And if you think I should keep doing these episode synopsis spoiler videos, let me know in the comments too, and I'll keep doing them. Otherwise, I'll just kind of do them intermittently whenever they seem interesting. So otherwise, I have a cover for the Limit Break X Survivor Dragon Ball Super theme coming up on Saturday, so look forward to that. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy.